Falmouth Road Race. Scott Gelfie, just back from the Paris Olympics. We kick off the Falmouth weekend, the 52nd Falmouth Road Race weekend, brought to you by ASICS, with a series of Falmouth Miles. We got 2 high school miles, we've got 2 wheelchair miles, and we have 2 professional miles. It's a first night of competition, Scott. We had big rains came through the area yesterday, cleared out. Excellent day for racing, and the crowd has showed up.
Yeah, it's perfect out here. We got clouds. It's kind of cool. No wind. Usually this whole backstretch, you got a wind in your face. So I think we're looking at some fast times tonight.
Yeah, the window for the World Championship for 2024-5 opened up on August 1st. And that means both the professional men and women are looking for very fast times to try to get into that qualifying window as soon as they can. So the first race up will be the Tommy Cockery Falmouth Miles. These are for high school kids in Massachusetts, and we'll have them coming up shortly.
Again, we're just a few minutes away. We're going to have our national anthem. We got a wonderful young lady that's going to be out here representing Falmouth Track Club. And I can see the high school athletes out there. There we go. I see some arms up in the air.
That is a solid 8%, Mark.
Yeah, that's all right. They're warming up. They're warming up to it. So again, we got our high school athletes. You can see the young ladies out there on the back side of the track. And we'll be doing some introductions here pretty soon.
We've got an amazing elite field in both of our races tonight. For the women, 2-time NCAA champion and last year's runner-up, Danny Jones, is here. And the 2024 Sir Walter Myler champion, Dorcas Ewoy, coming off a fantastic summer of racing. It's going to be hot, as Craig said. And then the men's, too, a previous champ, Paul Ryan, is here with Josh Hoey, who placed 4th in the 800 meters at the Olympic trials. And as we're talking about our elites, you're going to hear a lot of athletes who got out there, qualified for the trials. Some of them made the finals. So it's been a big summer of racing, and it doesn't feel like summer right now. And that's going to show that clock just how quick these athletes can be.
No one else is doing it.
All right, so we're back on, Tony.
Exactly. The temperature is in the 60s. Cool as a nice breeze out there. We've had the past where the miles here at Falmouth.
Looks like the high school girls are getting ready.
They're all lined up. And, of course, it's ASICS loves it because they're all wearing the same outfit, and it makes it delightful for us trying to identify who's who.
Yeah. It's great that ASICS comes out, shows up for these kids.
Right. I think the kids we want to really look at are bib number 7, Suri Cox from Cambridge School of Weston. She got the best pre-R in the field at 5:04.56, which she ran June 1st at the Battle Road Twilight Meet up in Boston. She's also 3rd of the 2024 GBTC Invitational Indoor 1000.
Yep, I'd say that. I would say she's the favorite going in.
Yeah, she's up bib number 7, hip number 7. Also, well, let's look up the field. Hip number 1, Amelia Smith out of Attleboro High School. She was 9th at last year's Tommy Cockery High School miles. Hip number 2 is Hannah Dupill, Oliver Ames High School out of Northeastern Massachusetts, PR 5:16.77. Caitlin Chang, hip number 3 from Braintree High School. She's got a PR 5:09.68. She was 5th in the Mass D1 Championships this year. Hip number 4, Sasha Lamakina out of Framingham High School. She's a 10th grader, PR 5:13.05, so I think she'll probably be with us for the next several years. Hip number 6, Elise Caso from Falmouth Academy.
So that's Elise Caso. She's had some family members that have run in this race in the past, and she's from Falmouth. She's a local girl.
Hip number 6 is Madeline Duarte from Greater New Bedford Vocational Tech, PR at 5:16.66. Suri Cox, hip number 7, Cambridge School of Weston. And we'll hold off right now as the national anthem is being presented.
With the singing of our national anthem. Performing today is a Falmouth Track Club runner who is racing on Sunday and training for a 50-miler. Please welcome Tasha Whited.
She's out.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tasha Whited, everybody.
Now the Tommy Cockery
And good luck.
Girls
Woo!
1 mile race
I love them.
about to get underway. And these miles began back in 1995, the 28th running
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the hours
of the
honor.
Falmouth Track
Let's
Festival.
talk to these wonderful
Falmouth
wonderful
race director
athletes
Dave
here
McGilvery.
at the Tommy Cockery High School
Final
Mile. We're starting
instructions.
off with the girls' race. We're getting lined up, Dave McGilvery. All right.
I've already seen some.
So we have 10 girls here, Tony.
Introduce them. How about a little love? Make some
Yes, and I
noise
can already
for
see some bib numbers that don't comport with the list we have.
I know.
So that's going to be
Little confused right
interesting.
here, Tony. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We're
8,
at big number
9.
1. Let's give it up for Emilia Smith.
Okay.
She's out of Attleboro High School with a 5:10:07 mile.
So
First
Amelia
fastest
Smith out of Attleboro High
secretary
School.
in Marathon Sports.
9th last year at the
Employee.
Tommy Cockery High School Miles. 6th in the Mass Division I
Give it up
Championship.
for Anna Dupill.
Out of Oliver Ames High School. by
Anna
a time
DuPill,
of 5:16:77.
Northeastern Massachusetts, Oliver Ames High School. 12th at the New Balance Nationals in the 4x1 mile relay back on the 16th of June. 7th in the Mass Division I 2 mile. So she's got
Give it
the
up
strength.
for Caitlin Chang.
Caitlin Chang. She's a junior, a 5:09:68 personal best. That was 5th in the Mass Division I Championships. The 7th also in the 2 miles, so Scott, she's got some strength as well.
Next up, we've got Sasha Labakina.
Sasha Slamakina, Framingham High School 10th grader, PR 5:13:05. She's run 2:16:5 in the indoor 800 meters. She won the
Let's give it up for Elise
U.S.
Casso.
Track and Field New England Association Junior Olympics. Elise Casso, Falmouth Academy, PR 5:15:24. That was run at the Adrian Martinez Classic back on the 8th of June.
Next up, we've got Madeline Duarte.
Madeline Duarte, Greater New Bedford Vocational Tech, class of 2026. 6th first at the Mass South Conference 1 mile. Winner of the D3 Championships Conference Indoor Mile.
And with one of the fastest mile times in the field out here today from the Cambridge School of Weston, give it up for Surrey Couts.
There's our probable leader in the race, Surrey Couts, Cambridge School of Weston, School of Class of 2025, a 5:04:56 personal best.
By using her involvement in extracurricular activities to foster inclusivity, compassion, and connection.
Next up, we've got Allie Oram.
Hip number 8, Allie Oram
Out of Phillips Exeter Academy with a 5:13:47
from Attleboro, class of
she's a
2026,
three-time
PR
all-time
5:17:16.
Spanish Honor
5th in the
Society.
MSTCA Coaches
Jillian
Invitational.
Olsen.
Jillian Olsen out of Bishop Feian High School.
Bishop Feian High School in Attleboro, Mass. Jillian Olsen, hip number 9.
And rounding out the field here
And the
today,
top
she's
returner
third
from
place
last year,
racer,
third
top
place,
returning
Ava Bullock.
athlete,
Yeah.
Ava Bullock.
She's
Out of
wearing
Barnstable.
bib number 1 there, Tony.
Yeah, so we've got her as 10, but she's wearing hip number 1.
Yep.
We'll see how this works out. We do have our computer. Hopefully they will be locked into the actual order as they finish these laps. The meet record held by Grace Conley of Natick High School back in 2017. when she ran 4:56.33.
Again, as you'll see, they're starting about 10 meters behind the line to run an official mile instead of 1,600 meters. So as soon as
Last year, Dana Lair out of Belmont won it in 5:02.2.
for victory.
Ava Bullock, again from representing Marston Mills last year, ran 5:16.2 to finish in third place. Amelia Smith, also in the race today out of Attleboro, finished in ninth place. And you'll see that often. Girls underclassmen, when they finally, the senior year, they got some experience, then they really come to the fore when they get into their senior year. And we are underway in the 52nd Falmouth Road Race weekend, beginning with the girls' Tommy Cockery High School Mile. 10 young ladies here at the James T. Kalperis track at Falmouth High School. And Scott, of course, the last 2 days we've had the expo going on, and it's been very packed. The overall fields this year are very strong, but also the race is totally recovered from its COVID years.
Absolutely. I mean, it's almost way back in the rearview mirror, and we don't have to worry about those precautions anymore, and things back to normal.
It looks to me like Caitlin Chang out of Braintree High School is in the lead. A 5:09.68 personal best, fifth in the Mass Division I Championships, and then seventh in the 2 mile, sixth in the Bay State Indoor Mile.
So we'll see if Emilia wants to take the sting a little bit out of those speedster half.
It doesn't look to me. Craig Engels, of course, a 2-time Falmouth Mile champion from 2017 to 2018, has joined us. Down with a little injury, but it doesn't look like they're really pushing that hard right now, Craig. It's sort of saving their fire.
That's Emily Chang up front.
Yes.
There. Emilia Smith just sitting
They
on
look
her
great,
shoulders.
though. They're probably getting ready for cross-country. They're out here running a mile.
This is right in the between seasons. I mean, the next up is school and that's cross country. This is more about bragging rights, I would think, Scott, than anything else. There's nothing on the line. They can really run free. I think that is Chang in front, and now Kautz, our race favorite, Suri Kautz out of Cambridge School of Weston, personal best 5:04.56, has gone to the front, and those top 4 athletes have sort of separated themselves. So it's Kautz and Chang, Amelia Smith, who was a returner from last year, and Sasha Lamankina out of Framingham in 4th place. And so
They
that
went
was
out 78 seconds.
78 seconds, so that's,
Pretty solid.
well, it's about 5:48 pace, so they're not very aggressive. But again, this isn't about time. It's not a time trial. This is more like trying to win the race. Well, we'll have something completely different when we get to the professionals, and we'll get into that with Craig a little bit later on. But for these high school
they may have
kids,
been watching some Olympic races too, where it goes out, the strategy takes place.
Well-
they go out pretty slow and they're looking to kick. So
well, the men didn't go out pretty slow, and it cost Ingebrigtsen won a medal and probably
Yeah,
the
right.
gold. So Kautz is in the lead. And here it is, the second lap, finishing up. Kautz, Smith, Lamankina, and Chang. 2:37 at halfway on 5:14 pace. Kautz in the lead, Amelia Smith in second, Sasha Lamankina in third, Caitlin Chang in fourth, and those 4 are right together. It's really cute. Some kids on the backside trying to stay pace with them. Looks like we've got 3 young ladies right together. 600 meters left to go in the race.
600 meters to go, lap and a half to
And it is
decide
still
the champion
Suri
out here
Kautz,
today.
Cambridge School of Weston, class of 2025.
Around the turn here, when they come around
She's
the
been
turn,
running very well all
it's got
year.
to
Third
go.
at the Greater Boston Invitational Indoor 1,000 back in January, and then ran a personal best in a mile 5:04 in the 1st of June. So we'll see when somebody really throws down and makes a move. These 4 separated on the second lap and have been pacing one another, but no one's really made it a very aggressive break as of yet.
nope, anybody's race.
Now Chang is falling off just a little bit. Lamankina now looks like she's gone to the front. So Sasha Lamankina got about 3 stride lead. So 3:55 for Sasha Lamankina for Framingham. Suri Kautz in second. She's about a 2.7 behind. Amelia Smith in third. Chang in fourth. Casso in fifth.
She's making up a little bit of ground over there on the backstretch.
But it is still Sasha Lamankina from Framingham. Personal best of 5:13.05. She's run 2:16 indoors for 800 meters. In June, she was the U.S. Track and Field New England Association Junior Olympic Champion in the 15 and 16-year-olds.
I think she's looking at a PR right now, the way she's going. I think she's going to be way
She
up,
was also
way
a member of
under
the
her
4x400 meter relay mass meted champions winning team, and also was on the sprint medley team. So she must have, she's got speed, and she's really pulled away in that final lap.
She looks great coming down here. 50
Sasha
meters to go.
Lamankina for Framingham High School. Big separation in that final lap. And heading to the tape in the victory in the Tommy Cockery High School
We got a
Girls Mile.
5:04 there. A big PR for Sasha.
That's a 9-second person. Cox now in second place.
Our next 3 athletes.
Very close together in second place.
Surrey Cats takes second.
Surrey
and
Cox
Amelia Smith
5:13. Amelia Smith goes from 9th last year to 3rd this year. Caitlin Chang, our early leader, in 4th and 5:14.
making up some ground on that last lap.
And in 5th place, Elise Casso from Falmouth Academy in 5:17.
Let's celebrate all of these
Hannah Dupill in 6th place from Oliver Ames. Ava Bullock, the top returner from Phillips Exeter High School in New Hampshire. 3rd last year, but this year Scott 7th place in 5:24 with Allie Oram from Bishop Feion High School, 5:25. Jillian Olson in 9th, and Madeline Duarte from Greater New Bedford Vocational Technical in 10th place in 5:46.
I don't usually run the mile, so I was just trying to stay with the girls who were. I have so much respect for this field. It was really a great field, and I just wanted to stay with them and then use my 800 speed to just take it home.
Where are you at right now in your preparation for the fall season?
So I do cross country in the fall, so I'm just trying to build my mileage, get some speed work in.
What does it feel like to actually come out here on the track like this late in the season? Obviously, track seems like, eons ago, and you're obviously thinking about the cross country and the trails and the grass and what have you. What is it like to come out here on the track?
It's awesome. This event is honestly, really cool. I love the atmosphere and just, the people who put it together. It's just awesome.
Let's give it up. Sasha Lamankina earning $2,500 for her school from the Cockery Gross family.
The winners of the Tommy Cockery
Earning
Mile,
that-
Scott, do get a $2,500 donation to their schools. So it's a very special relationship that the Cockery family has with this race.
And rounding out the podium, Surrey Cats and Amelia Smith, your top 3 in our Tommy Cockery High School Mile.
And next up will be our Tommy Cockery boys race. Last year, Alex Carew out of Milton High School ran 4:25.7. But the boys' record was set 2 years ago by Marcus Riley. He ran 4:17.99, breaking the record by Tyler Brogan from Franklin, Mass. In 2019, who ran a 4:21. And we got some kids who can break that time.
Yeah, and we have 2 twin brothers, too, the Gardner twins. Silas has had a heck of a year.
Two twin brothers?
Yeah.
Two.
Did I get that right, Tony?
But the Gardners, of course.
The Gardner twins.
But those brothers are not alone. There are a lot of Gardner brothers who have been
Yep.
running in the Falmouth Miles for many, many years.
Yep.
Henry did it, and Caleb.
Yep.
Caleb was putting the elite fields together
Yep.
for the last several years here at the Falmouth Road Race.
But Silas has had some good performances here in this early spring, I know, in high school season.
Falmouth High School class
he got
of
his mile down to
2026.
4:16. I think he ran a low 2 mile as well. So and he's just finished his sophomore year, going into his junior year.
Right, so there's good things ahead for him. He was 4th in the Tommy Cockery High School Mile last year, running 4:32. But just to give you an idea, at the state meet, he ran 4:16.3 this year, so that's 16 seconds faster. He was 6th at the 2024 Mass Meet of Champions in the mile in a PR 4:16.3. So Silas Gardner, hit number 6, but Noah Brilliant out of Plymouth South, 4:30.78 is hip number 1. Christian Amaral, Plymouth South also, class of 2024, a 4:37.7 personal best. Hip number 3, Sean Parham from Norton High School, PR 4:42.24. 3rd at the 2024 Mass D5 800 meters. 4th is Logan Walsh, Ludlow High School, class of 2025, winner of the Mass D4 championships. Watch out for him. Dylan Riley, younger brother Marcus Riley, our meet record holder. Dillon, class of 2025 at Northbridge High School of Whitensville, has a 4:31.5 personal best. Fourth in a mass D6 800 meters this year.
Number 6, Silas Gartner.
And there is Silas Gartner, Falmouth High School class of 2026, fourth in the race last year. He's got the fastest PR in the field at 4:16.3. Ethan Schulk, Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School, PR 4:18.7, ran that indoors at BU earlier this year.
Nathaniel Gartner.
Nathan Gartner, Falmouth Academy, one of the twins, class of 2026. Brother Henry was fourth in 22, brother Caleb fourth in 19. Joshua Greer, Bridgewater Raynham Regional High School. He ran 4:38.84 for the Trojans this year, fourth at the SEC Championships Mile on May 13th. Akalesh Makadar, Acton Boxborough Regional High School, class of 2025, PR 4:47.52. He was a ninth in the Dual County League Indoor 1000 this year. Once again, the record, 4:17.99, in jeopardy with this quality of field. We're looking at Logan Walsh, Silas Gartner, and Ethan Shook. Those are the three guys that we've had our eye on.
That's Dylan Riley's older brother, so he's got a little bit to live up to, Dylan. Let's show up, brother.
Let's see how they do. It's a tactical race on the girls' side. We'll see how the boys do. Gun is up. They're nervous.
Getting a little edgy.
That's a good sign. This time they are away. Tommy Cochran, High School Boys Mile. Bring it, Amaral, Parham, Walsh, Riley, Gartner, Schultz, Gartner, Gear, and Makdadar. And it looks like they have gone out with a little bit more energy, but they'll settle in right now. No pace setters in this. We do have pacers in our professional miles, but not in the Tommy Cochran miles.
Nope.
Lincoln Sudbury High School, so should be a good race, should be a fast race.
And they seem to have settled into their pace right now, and once again, they're taking one another's measure right here. Let's bring Craig Engels back into this. Craig, what are these kids looking for in the first lap of a race like this?
Brother, I would hope they're out here looking to have some fun. And I'm sure they are, but you obviously want to get out hard.
Folks, let's give it up for these young men.
In the middle of the race, you want to run harder, and you want to close even harder than that.
But tactics mean so much in these middle distances. And they're not aggressive, but it's solid. You can tell it's solid. We're going to get our splits here for that first quarter.
You definitely want to be relaxed through the first quarter. Let's see what they hit there.
Sean Parham from Norton. And then 70 seconds, 1:10, a 4:38 pace. Dylan Riley in second, Nathan Gartner, Joshua Gear, Logan Walsh, Ethan Schultz, that's the top six. Silas Gartner back in 8th place, but there's nothing to be. 8th place is just as good as first place right here. They're all bunched together.
They're picking up a little bit.
I don't suppose Silas Gardner is pretty relaxed. He just recently ran 9:07 for a full 2 mile, which is
right. And so what you've got against him is Logan Walsh out of Ludlow High School. I spoke to his dad, Brian, at the Expo, who coaches Logan. He said at the D4 Championships in June at Westfield State, Logan sat until 600 meters to go. Then he took the lead and opened up a pretty good advantage. But then Silas caught him with 80 meters to go, and then Logan was able to change gears, use his 800 speed, and pulled away for the win. So they both ran
similar to that.
They ran 4:17 and 4:18 at the D4 Championships in June, so they know one another really well.
Looking good, running strong.
So we got the Gardner twins in first and second right now.
And they have picked it up. 3 abreast at the 800, 2:18. Nathan Gardner, Silas Gardner, Ethan Shook, Sean Parham now in 4th, Walsh in 5th. Yeah, that's one of the.
This is incredible.
Is that Silas?
Right there. That's not waiting around till a lap to go.
That's probably Silas, is it not? I mean, it's
You know, I'm not really. I think that might be Nathan.
unless he's trying to, unless he's doing a Ben Jip show set up for 1968 Olympic for Kip Kano against Jim Ryan, showing my age, but.
And they're not letting Gartner totally out of the way. They are
So there are two guys right on his shoulder. We'll see which Gardner it is. But when you consider that Nate Gardner's got a 450 personal best and Silas Gardner's got a 416 personal best, there's a big difference.
And it feels like I need a little bit of energy.
They're twins, so it'll be hard to tell them apart.
So number
Yeah.
4 Gardner is in first right now. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that's okay, here we go. 1 to go.
So Silas was in the lead.
So Silas is in the lead, 3:21. Shook in second. Nathan Gardner in third. Brilliant. Then Riley. Logan Walsh, who we expected to really challenge, is back in 6th place. And he ain't going to get him. Silas Gardner. You know, Silas had the lead of that D4 championships, and they got caught at the end. And you could tell by the move he made, he did not want it to come down with somebody catching him in that final stretch. So that was really a definitive move he made in that third lap to break things open.
Shook is not giving up, though.
Shook is coming.
Yeah.
Ethan Shook, Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School class of 2025. Personal best of 4:18.7, run indoors at BU this year.
And we got
Shook
a good
in second,
finish here.
Gardner in lead. Can Shook get Gardner? Gardner takes a look. Can he hang on? Silas Gardner, Ethan Shook, right to the wire. And he hangs on in we'll get it, 4:22.7 for Silas Gardner. Ethan Shook, 4:24.9, 2/10 behind. And then Nathan Gardner, a huge PR, in 4:28 in third place. So it's Silas and Nate Gardner going 1-3. It's like Cole Hocker and Yared Naguse at the Olympics for the Americans.
Just like that.
With Ethan Shook from Lincoln Sudbury. With Logan Walsh in 4th place in 4:32. Noah Brilliant in 5th. Sean Parham in 6th. Dylan Riley in 7th. Joshua Gear in 8th. Christian Amaral in 9th. And Akalesh McIntyre in 10th.
800 and push as hard
He's
as I
exhausted.
had a lot left. I know I could just keep on pushing and hold off the lead.
Now, you had a really good 9:06 2-mile time earlier in the spring. Did that help you really kind of keep that strength to continue into this deep into the season on the track?
Yeah. I also had a great kick, but I definitely have a lot of strength. I took off from the 800 because I knew I had a lot left in me, so yeah.
Was it your strategy to go that early, and did you feel pretty confident when you made that move?
Yeah, there's some fast 800-meter runners in here, so I know I couldn't wait that long, so I just pushed it when I could.
Silas Gardner, your champion here, and the
there it
boys,
is,
Tommy
guys.
Cockery,
We
High School
supposed-
Mile. Let's give it
I think
up.
he went back and had that memory of the D4 Mass Championships and realized he took the lead, but it wasn't definitive, and he got caught at the end and got out-sprinted in the last 80 meters. And this time, he wouldn't let the 800-meter guys get near him. And with that 2-mile strength, he was able to hold on. But Ethan Schulk,
It was close. Ethan was coming on.
Lincoln Sudbury High School class of 2025, ran 4:18.7 indoors, and they both ran 4:22, 0.2 of a second apart in the Tommy Cockery High School Boys Mile.
Yep.
Well, that was exciting. Let's see if we get more races like that.
Now we have
Next
the
up,
wheelchair miles.
we have the wheelchair miles. We have 3 women in the women's wheels. But we're having the award ceremonies right now, so let's listen in on that.
Are going to be out there handing out the awards, and thank you for the impact you guys make on the community, the meaning you put behind this race, and the important message there as well.
Liz Gross, the sister of Tommy Cockery, is here representing the family.
What'd you guys think of that racing, spectators?
Always exciting when the high school kids get matched up. There's such a strong, Massachusetts is such a strong state for athletics, and with all the colleges and universities and all the professional teams that are around here, I mean, with New Balance being headquartered in Boston, I mean, running is such part of the fabric of the state.
Yep. I mean, you look at Mark Coogan. Mark Coogan ran here in Massachusetts and former Olympian and now coaching a lot of great athletes in Boston.
And didn't the American coaches in general kill it? I mean, Ed Eyestone with the
Absolutely.
marathoners and Rooks and the steeplechase.
Yep.
And Coogan, I thought for sure, I mean, El St. Pierre and was going to run better than she did. But, I mean, Ron Warhurst, again, from the very nice track club with
Hobbs.
With Hobbs Kessler.
Yep. And he's working a little bit with Bryce Hoppel as well.
Yeah, and Bryce had a great 800, but only got 4th place with an American record. Boys, the 800 high. 141, and you only get 4th place?
He was a little disappointed with that.
But I think it sort of shocked everyone how fast that race was.
Absolutely.
It's a different era.
Yep.
And it was a very, very select crowd. It was under 142, and now there's a slew of them.
Yep.
So Amelia Smith taking third place in the Kamikakari Girls Mile.
We have Liz Gross presenting the medals.
With a time of 5:14.17, Surrey Couts.
Surrey Couts in second place. Cambridge School of Weston, class of 2025.
And presenting your 2024
Tommy Cockery High School Mile Champion. And a time of 5:04.75 from Framingham, Sasha Lamakina.
Again, Sasha is earning $2,500 grant thanks to the Cockery Gross family. She'll be able to take that back to her school for some, hopefully not too many, but definitely needed repairs and upgrades to her school.
And we'd like to welcome all of our Tommy Cockery High School Mile
Now we're
girls
going to take some
athletes
photos.
to our finish line area to take a photo. So
You know,
guys can
Scott, the same
remember
thing.
this great race, this
The
great
history of wheelchair racing began many ways in Boston Marathon in '75, and it's the 52nd annual, A6 Falmouth Road Race, but it's the 49th Falmouth wheelchair race. It's really, again, Bob Hall started the tradition
Bob.
back in the 70s, and some of the greatest, all the greatest wheelchair athletes in the world have run on this course.
Give it up for all these ladies out here.
And of course, it's just a couple of weeks from now that the Paralympians will be heading to Paris.
Absolutely. Some of our former champions will be part of the Paralympics over there in Paris.
I know Hannah Babaloa, who's in the race. I talked to her at the expo today, and she's in 4 days. She will be traveling over to Paris to run in the 100 and the 400 meters.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you
She's a two-time Paralympian.
on a day like this. This is, I mean, the flag's not moving.
She's hoping to win here Sunday and then carry some momentum over to Paris.
And some of the people like Susanna Scaroni, Daniel Romanchuk, multiple-time Falmouth champions, are not here this year because they are totally focused on Paris.
Absolutely.
Years of injuries. I do a little lap right now. Just to have some fun on it. It's beautiful.
We need you all weekend, so just exert
Yeah, I gotta
They're waiting for the award ceremony on the boys' race.
Craig Ingalls, who is down here mingling with everybody, giving his insight. And when we have a little time, we will check in to see what he thinks here about that high school mile. If it brought back any memories.
Looks like Craig's going to head out there and present the medals to the boys.
Yeah, he was the 27 in 2018 Falmouth Mile champion. I think he's second in 2021. He's got a real affinity for the town and the town for him.
28-43,
Yep.
Nathaniel Gartner.
And he ran his heart out in trials. You know, he got ninth, but
He just
Stuck
said the
his
fields
neck-
are so strong
Yeah.
these days, and if I was just 4 years older, I would have made a lot more teams.
Yeah.
But now he thinks he tore his plantar fascia.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not running right now.
but his 3:54 at trials, I think, would have put him second the last time, and it brought him ninth this year.
Yeah, it just goes to show how strong.
Your 2024 Tommy Cockery High School Mile Champion, representing Falmouth with a time of 4:22.87, Silas Gartner.
Silas Gartner made the big move in the third lap, broke free, and then hung on to edge Ethan Schulk from Lincoln Sudbury High School in the Tommy Cockery High School Boys Mile.
And we've got great swag for them as well. Thanks to our friends at A6 and all of our great partners. And let you guys stay on the podium. We're going to bring in all of our milers for one more photo. So guys, I know you just finished. A little cool
Well, Scott, what's the
down for you as we
what's the
celebrate
size of the
everything
overall
that
race
you're
field
doing
on
over the track
Sunday for the
as
big
we
7-miler?
celebrate the beautiful inclusivity
So we've
of the
registered
racing community as we
11,500
present
runners.
Which is a limit, right?
We're limited by the town, but we increased a little bit over last year, and so since the pandemic, where we started off slow and conservatively, we're back up to our normal numbers. So we're looking for pretty much for a full field on Sunday.
Saw the girls doing the YMCA
A very well-matched field for Sunday's race, but our defending champion Wesley Kiptu, who tied the course record of Gilbert Okari last year, 31:08, it's just a crazy time.
Yeah, I never thought that would be matched. You know?
That's just because back in '78, there's a film running at the Expo of the 1978 race. And that was Bill Rogers' third win. He ran 32:21, set a course record. If you run 32:20s, you're in the top 5. You're still in it. But when Gilbert Okari, some of these Kenyan guys, Benson Masha. Remember Benson Masha went well under 32 minutes. Alberto Salazar was the first athlete to go under 32 minutes, but just under 32. And now 31:08 is just a crazy time.
Yeah, I mean, if you could just break 32, you're generally going to win the race.
Right.
And for him to run 31:08, I mean, we had a tailwind last year.
Right. But I saw him at the Big 7 road race in Davenport, Iowa, like 3 weeks ago, and he dominated that field. And I said, "Do you go into Falmouth?" He said, "Yes." But his agent said, "You ran Falmouth last year, and then you sort of, faded in the Chicago Marathon in your debut." He ran 2:10, but a guy of that talent, has aspirations much higher than 2:10. So he's foregoing Falmouth this year in order to concentrate on a fall marathon. So watch out for Wesley Kiptu this fall.
And representing the historical wheelchair area, Champaign, Illinois, give up for Yan Wang.
Yan Wang from Champaign, Illinois, second in 2022, third in 2017. She was our champion of the Falmouth Mile in 2016. Also been a 7-mile champion here in Falmouth as well. Madeline Wilson, just 15 out of Spencer, Mass. She's in the
Tony,
light
with Maddie. So we really see Maddie grow up here. So her first year when she was 7 years old, we weren't quite sure if she could finish the race. So we went out and had a practice run with her and her dad.
Yeah.
We got on bikes, and she blew us away at 7 years old and proved that she could do the whole 7 miles, and she's been doing and competing ever since. And it's just great to see her now on the track and really competing for the titles.
Yeah, exactly. Hannah Babaloa, 35 years old, a Newark native, but now living in Chicago. She says she's moved to Chicago to join a team of about 15 athletes, and she's got a new coach. She's representing the United States at the Paralympic Games in Paris.
Yep.
And out they go. Yan Wang from Champaign, again, a part of that singular University of Illinois program, which since World War II really has been the program really in the world for disabled athletes.
Yep, absolutely. So many athletes have come here right out of there.
Yan Wang coming off the Beach to Beacon 10K up in Cape Elizabeth, Maine, Joan Samuelson's race, as Hannah Babaloa was fourth in that race a couple of weeks ago. And she was third in 2022 here in the mile, second 2023 behind Susanna Scaroni. So Yan Wang and Hannah Babaloa, and that our computer will populate in just a second. He said with confidence, and it did. Yeah, Yan Wang, a 64-second opener. Babaloa right there with her. Maddie Wilson in 1:17. Drafting has so much more importance in wheelchair racing than it does in foot racing. The speed with which they go, the mass sitting in those chairs, you tuck in behind you, you're doing 30% less work in sitting in than you are leading. It's only about a 5 to 7% with foot racing. It still is a difference, and we saw it at the Olympic Games in the men's 1,500 meters. But in wheelchair racing, it is really important. So you're seeing that Babaloa is letting Wang do all the work up front. But now Babaloa has gone to the front. They're sharing the load. There's a camaraderie among the wheelchair athletes where they do feel like they should do their fair share of the leading.
Yep.
So now Babaloa at the 800. A 64 first. And this is 2:12, so a 1:08 second 800 has gone a little bit more tactical. Babaloa at 2:12. Huang also at 2:12. Here comes Maddie Wilson, and she's working as hard as she possibly can. She's giving it everything she's got. And now Wang with 600 to go has gone back to the front with a very strong move.
Great, that's amazing to be able to think to yourself that you can be that
And what's like we saw with the Tommy Cockery boys with Silas Gardner, this looks like a real serious move. This isn't just do some work. This is, I'm trying to win the race right here, right now. She must, see, the point is that Babaloa is going to run the 100 and 400 at the Paralympics. So you know that Wong knows that Babaloa's got that track speed, that sprint speed.
So she's trying to get away from her now.
She needs to get the lead.
Yep.
And she's got a bit of about a 4-chair lead as they hit with 1 to go. Yen Wong out of Champaign, Illinois, 3:14. So that was a 62 lap. 64, 68, 62. Wang and Babaloa is about 1.5 seconds behind, but now it's that lead is increasing with every stroke onto that push rim. 200 left to go for Yen Wong. Second in 2022. She won this race in 2016, third in 2017. The 2022 7-mile champion here at Falmouth as well. Look at Maddie Wilson heading toward 1 lap to go for her. And at the top of the stretch, Yen Huang, Champaign, Illinois, 27 years of age. 3:42 was the winning time a couple of years ago by Susanna Scaroni. And here's the victory right now. The clock a little bit obscured, but it'll populate on our computer right now.
Got a 4:12.
4:12. 4:12. So powerful. Hannah Babaloa crosses the line in 4:26. So Huang really put the wood to her in that third lap, opened up a gap and then extended it in the final lap. So 4:12 for Wang, Babaloa in second in 4:26. And Maddie Wilson has about 120 meters left to go in her race. And it's great, I see, Scott, that the event has put up extra lights on the back stretch this year to really make this thing pop on for the cameras.
Yep, absolutely.
Maddie Wilson, 15 years old, out of Spencer, Mass. .5:30, 5:24 and counting on the clock. Maddie Wilson hits the line in 5:27.14.
We've got the Paralympics that are starting soon.
How about the technology on these chairs now, Tony? It's just like every year these athletes come back and there's just something new or it's made of something lighter. And
Marcel Hoog, the silver bullet out of Switzerland, was sporting like a chair that was developed, I think, by Honda engineers in wind tunnels, and it was like a $30,000 chair. And I think a lot of the other athletes are using like $5,000. You know, and there's just no comparison. I mean, the equipment is just that much better. You look at Formula One racing and you see, Lewis Hamilton winning 7 years in a row or something like that. Then all of a sudden, he can't get on the podium, and it's like everything changes because the machinery has changed. They changed the stats or the requirements. It's just the same thing with these wheelchairs. Whoever's got the best equipment is going to separate, and we've seen Hoog dominate.
Super shoes.
Like super shoes, but now everyone's got the super shoes.
Right.
It's just the super shoes just separated the sport from its past, so we can't really compare, today's with the previous athletes. Remember when Jim Ryan, Marty LaCory, and Tim Danielson, and then Alan Webb were the only guys under 4 minutes in the mile for like 40 years?
Yeah, right.
I think last year, like 4 guys in one race.
I gotcha.
Brant Fisher, the athletes who had raced before, they did things differently because they'd already been there and experienced it.
So next up is going to be the men's wheelchair competition. Our 4-time champion, Daniel Romanchuk, out of Champaign, Illinois, is not with us this year as he's prepping for the Paralympics, where he's in the medal hunt.
Let's give a hand to the men's wheelchair field.
We have 5 athletes.
We're getting about halfway through our program.
Just about to be introduced.
Our men's wheelchair division here in the Falmouth Elite Mile, presented by A6. Again, folks, make sure you stick around later for that drone
show that's going to happen after all the races here today. But in the meantime, Carissa, let's hear some names here from our wheelchair division
And
in
here's the
men.
announcement
That's right.
for
Let's
men's wheels. 18-year-old Demos Mayo, Jamaica Plain, 7th in the 2023 race.
2022 Sports and Spokes Junior Athlete of the Year. Delmace Mayo makes his return to Falmouth this year.
Out of Chula Vista, California, Miguel Jimenez Vergara.
Near my hometown
of
is
Miguel Jimenez Vergara out of Chula Vista, south of San Diego, 24 years of age. 2nd in the 2023 Falmouth 7-miler.
From Glen Ridge, New Jersey, Tony Nagareta.
Tony Nagura, 56 years of age, Glen Ridge, New Jersey. How many times has he won these races? Two-time Paralympian Tony Nagura in the stripes today.
From Chicago, Illinois, Jason Beta.
From another Falmouth veteran, Jana Simbeda, 37, winner of the Beach to Beacon a couple of weeks ago, out of Chicago, Illinois, 6th in the 2022 mile, 2nd in the 2021 7-miler. Valera Jacob Allen, 23, out of Kingwood, Texas, rounds out our field on the outside. Mayo, Jimenez Vergara, Nagara, Simbeda, and Allen.
This goes fast. Do not blink.
3:15 was the winning time by Daniel Romanchuk 2 years ago. There's the gun.
They're off here in the men's division in the Falmouth Elite Mile presented by ASICS.
And right to the front, Miguel Jimenez Vergara goes rocketing out. And there's no messing around here.
They're getting right after it there, Tony. Look at this.
Yeah, that's
It's truly inspiring if you've never seen a wheelchair.
they come rocketing out. These athletes
At this high level, they're
have such
agility,
coordination with their chairs because they have to adjust the angle of the wheel in order to make these turns.
They almost
At the
have to
s-
hop around the
right,
corner.
at the same time,
Yep.
stroking as hard as they can.
Yep.
So I thought it was Miguel Jimenez Vergara doing a lot of warm-ups with Tony Guerra before the race. Yeah, we got two guys. Valera Allen in the lead.
And Mayo.
Delmace Mayo. I mean, they were
got third.
they're flying around that track.
So we've got that break.
Valera Jacob is 23 out of Kingwood, Texas. And again, just like with the women, we see, at least in the early stages of this race, they're trading the lead.
Yep.
Trying to maintain some sort of distance. That's Tony Nagara, 56 years old, out of New Jersey, in third place. But now we have got Valera Jacob Allen, I believe, from Kingwood, Texas, has now opened up a bit of an advantage.
Now they're alternating again here.
Yeah, there they are again. Okay, there it is at 2 laps.
I tell you what, though, those guys in the 1500 at the Olympics were messing around. They weren't too much slower than that. That's true. They came through, I think, 152 or something in the Olympics.
So that was
Yeah, they've been
Jay
together.
and Tony right there, 1 and 2.
.600 meters left in the race. And at some point, it looks like it's a break.
Here on the home stretch, they'll have 1 lap to go.
And now the advantage is opened up. Miguel Jimenez Vergara out of Chula Vista, California. They have a very good adaptive program down there. The coach is Joaquin Cruz, former Olympic gold medalist at 800 meters from 84 in Los Angeles. Yep. That is Jimenez Vergara, 24 years of age. Valera Jacob Allen, 23, Kingwood, Texas. Joining us up here in the booth is a 3-time Falmouth Road Race champion and Olympian Ben Flanagan. Hi, Ben. How are you?
Good to be here.
Back from Paris, here to come back to an old home week here at the Falmouth Road Race.
No place I'd rather be right now.
Now, it's you seem to do well. You seem to have something about you in this course that works very well.
Yeah, I mean, so far we're 3 for 3, so only job this weekend is keep that streak going.
Absolutely. As we finishing off here, the men's wheelchair race for the 2024 Falmouth Track Classic Festival. Miguel Jimenez Vergara out of Chula Vista. He was 2:42 with 1 lap to go.
3:34 there.
3:34. And here comes the runner-up.
I don't know what the world record is, but that's got to be close.
Yeah, 3:30 a mile is pretty much what they do. Valera Allen second in 3:48.
Here comes James Zambada coming on in here.
Janice Mbeda.
2016 Paralympian, two-time Falmouth champion. Delmace Mayo coming on in. Let's give it up for him now.
Delmas Mayo is in the gray. Looks like he's going to take third place. Tony Noguera behind him.
Two-time Paralympian rounding out the field. Your men's
Janice Mbeda third in
Falmouth Elite Mile presented by
4:02. Delmace Mayo in 4:17. Noguera in 4:21. That's your top 5 in the Falmouth Wheelchair Men's Mile.
So
Yeah, they fly around this track.
We are going to celebrate our wheelchair athletes as we have all of our
It's hard to appreciate what they do, Scott, because I always thought people, quote unquote, able-bodied people ought to be able to get into those chairs and see what it's like to try to push those chairs as fast as they do. The amount of training they do is every bit as great as what the runners do.
Off the charts.
No repechage rounds
So,
here.
and the conditions tonight, Ben. What do you think of the conditions? So you've been out on this track training quite a bit, and I don't know if you've ever had such mild conditions as tonight.
No, there is usually a very, very famous big old wind on the backstretch, but it is calm, pretty cool out here. Like, if those guys want to go for it, and girls, like, they definitely can. So,
well, I was talking to Craig Engels earlier, and August 1st, the World Championship window opened for qualifying. And in the 1,500 meters, like the women have to go like 4:20 or under, the men 3:49. I mean, the standards at the Olympic Games are just insane. We saw that in Paris, and now they just get, it's almost like the IOC is trying to reduce the number of athletes. I don't know about the World Athletics, but those standards are just insane.
Yeah, the standards keep dropping, and athletes have definitely gotten used to going into every year expecting to drop more. The way I understand it is the goal is to always have 30% of athletes qualify via ranking. And the crazy thing is, every time the standards drop, athletes just keep hitting them. So I qualified in the 5K this year, and I ended up being number 38, and that was with the standard. So all that tells you is that the standards are going to keep dropping until less guys hit it.
You know, the minute you put a standard up, it's just a bar to jump over. When the Boston Marathon first instituted time qualifying, it was in 1970 when they had the first time they got 1,000 runners, so that we can't handle that many. If we put a 4-hour standard, it'll reduce the crowd. Instead, it gave the athletes something to shoot for. Yeah. 4 hours became 350, became 340. In the early 1980s, the standard was sub 250 to get into the race, which is a pretty hard standard for the average runner.
Yeah, it's very inspirational to see that athletes keep hitting them, but it just makes it you got to come in these races ready to go, because if you want to hit those standards, you got to be after it right from the gun.
I think we saw in Paris how fast some of these races are. We were talking about something like the 800. I mean, Nicole Hocker 327. I'm looking at the record. I mean, 328 fourth place, didn't make it. What Hobbs Kessler. Fabulous, fifth place in the 1,500 meters, just running 329. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, the times are dropping like crazy. We were all so proud of Hobbs with his performance, and seeing those American guys going 1:35 was pretty incredible too. So the good news is for everyone, training, competing in the U.S. is it's one of the best countries in the world to be a distance runner right now, especially a miler.
I think that what happened is that Grant Fisher really showed everyone what was possible in that first final of the 10,000, and everyone kind of rode that energy that he created, including himself when he came back for bronze in the 5.
Yeah, I remember back in Rio watching was a really good year for the U.S. With a lot of medals between Jagger and Coburn. Galen Rupp, I believe, would have medaled maybe in the marathon that year and on the 10K, but I think this Olympics even beat that. In the distance events, the men really, really showed up, and some amazing performances on the women's side as well. But it's really cool to see North Americans compete at the global level and start to get some medals.
But look at the coaches. I mean, from Ed Eyestone out there in Utah. I mean, Ronnie Warhurst. I mean, it's amazing. Going all the way back to Brian Deemer, 1984 in the steeplechase. I mean, athlete after athlete after athlete. It's just amazing what Ronnie's done. First at University of Michigan, now with a very nice track club. But Mark Coogan with New Balance.
Yep.
It just goes on and on. I mean, the American coaches have really risen, and their athletes have too. And I think what they've done is they now have a belief that they can compete with anybody, and that's the first step toward any success.
Yeah, I understand, agree with you. So it'll be really cool to see tonight, you know, once the trials are over, there's nothing to lose. You just run fast times and set yourself up for the next year. So it'll be really cool to see tonight if athletes get a crack at that standard.
Yeah, and that sort of filters down. Again, the high school kids see it, the college kids see it, and everyone now lifts their standard. If he can do it, I can do it. That's so much of it. So many years, if you see nothing but East Africans on top, you sort of build them up and you say they're unbeatable. Then all of a sudden it takes one person to get in there in the mix and break that up. And part of what it is that these Africans run bravely. I mean, they just assume success. For many years, we didn't. I think we're back into the assuming success.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool time to be a distance runner in North America. And, yeah, so it's really exciting to get more people interested, more people that know of Grant Fisher and Cole Hawker and Yard Naguse outside of just that running bubble. The more fans we get, it benefits everybody.
It was great because we saw in the past how Grant Fisher could run with anyone for like the first 4,800 meters, 9,800 meters, but that last 200, they got away from him. And now he used his experience of being like fifth, and now he's up in that bronze position. And he's the one that just put it right to him. And Rooks in the steeplechase, that was unbelievable. I mean,
Doesn't
again,
get any more fearless than that.
He didn't wait for somebody else. He was proactive, and he took the lead, and he stretched them out.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So what are we looking like for this field on the women's mile?
Well, you know, Dorcas Iwoy from Kenya, Campbell University grad of 2023, she won the Sir Walter Miler in Raleigh August 2nd, running 4:19.7.
Wow.
And she's coming also at the Holloway Pro Classic down in Gainesville, Florida. She ran a PR 1:58.19 for 800 meters. That was the 19th of July. So 1:58, 4:19, that's pretty serious stuff.
Yeah.
So Danny Jones was second in this race last year in 4:27 or 4:24.17. Emily McKay won it in a new meet record 4:23.79. But I think Danny's somebody
Danny was right on her heels.
Yeah, I think Danny's somebody who drives the pace, and then Emily went by her at the end. But I think Danny's somebody who's going to have to try to get rid of Dorcas, because Dorcas at the Sir Walter Miler sort of just sat and then kicked using that 1:58 speed.
Danny's having a really, really important year, I think, because you know, she was an absolute stud at Colorado. And
right. Four-time NCAA champion.
Part of an amazing group at Team Boss in Colorado, and she's really showing that she's stepping up and doing really well with those girls there. And she's had some really remarkable and noticeable performances this year, so I'm excited for her.
We saw her run second on July 7th at the FBK games in Hengelo in 4:03.78. But again, a very, very top, that FBK games is a very top meet, and she was second to that. A PR 4:23.8, New York Armory earlier this year, indoors.
And
but
that's
Michaela DeGenario, a lot of, Michaela DeGenario from Boulder representing Puma, another Colorado grad. She was second at the Ed Murphy Classic Road Mile in 4:36 back on the 13th of July. She was the winner of the Guardian Road Mile in Cleveland on the 27th of July. But here we go. Let's do the introductions.
Let's give it up first up for Maddie Berkson.
Mile time of 4:33.50.
Hip number one, Maddie Berkson out of Boston, Stanford grad. Left her job in January as a mechanical engineer to train for the Olympic trials.
Next up, Kate Mitchell.
Mile time of 4:31.30.
Kate Mitchell, Team New Balance Boston. He's a volunteer coach at BC.
Also has a connection to Falmouth there, Tony. Her dad went to Falmouth High School and ran track with me here out on this track.
Tegan Shine-Becker out of Seattle, Rider University grad last year, 4:34 personal best from BU in 2023. Hit number 4, Kayla DeLay, Seattle Brooks Beasts, University of Washington grad, PR 4:31.17 at Falmouth in 2023, 7th place.
Michaela was actually started her career at Michigan while I was there. and end up transferring to Colorado and winning a national title there.
Indoor mile champ in 2022.
Yeah, we love seeing girls at Michigan, but, you know, Colorado's a tough place to beat. So she's a great girl, great runner. Excited for her.
Lori Barton, Brooks Beast, Clemson grad, hip number 6, PR 4:28.01. She was 5th in the race last year. Hip number 7 out of Seattle, Katie Wasserman, 4th in 2021 and the 2023 Falmouth Mile, last year in 4:27.73. She represents Hoka Northern Arizona Elite. Michaela Meyer, Portland, Oregon, representing Nike.
UVA girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was at UVA while I was training in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, she was the school 2021 NCAA 800-meter champion out of UVA. Abby Nichols, hip number 9, Flagstaff, Hoka Naz Elite. PR 4:26.08. Hip number 10, Helen Schlachtenhofen. In Cambridge, Boston Nike, Lake Forest, Illinois native, Dartmouth grad, Ivy League mile champion back in 2017. PR 4:23.94, indoors last year in the Armory.
Helen's got to be one of the more experienced athletes in the field. She's been here a few times.
Yep, exactly. Hip number 11 there, Danny Jones. Runner-up last year in 4:24.17, second fastest time ever here at the Falmouth Mile. 4-time NCAA champion at Colorado. 9th in the Olympic trials, 1,500 meters. And then Dorcas Iwoy out of Kenya, a young up-and-comer. She's running 800 and 1,500-meter PRs in very recent times. Hip number 13, Gabby Jennings out of Boulder, team boss, 4:29.86 at the New York Armory. A steeplechaser as well. 7th in the pre-classic steeple and 25th at male. And our pace setter, Judy Jones, looking for a 2:10 pace at 800 meters.
Wow, that's not messing around.
No, as I said, they need, I mean, everyone's looking for fast times to get outside that. It's a qualifying window just open. Let's get them as soon as possible.
Yeah, can't ask for a better night for it.
Yeah, I think it's all right there.
Gabby Jennings had quite a trials. I mean, she looked great in that semifinal race, and then
4th in the trial steeple.
Yeah, she really looked great, and then I mean the final just went so fast that
4th at the national indoors at 1,500 meters this year in 4:13. Yes, there's bonuses on the line as well. Time bonuses. If the winner goes sub 4:30, it's $1,000. Anyone else under 4:30, it's $500, and a meet record's $1,500. First prize $5,000, then $3,000, $1,500, $500, $250. So here we go.
Yeah, I heard Emily's here. Emily Mackay is actually here watching. So we should have tried to get her up here for this race.
But we like having Ben.
That means I'm getting the boot.
Okay, here they go. Guns up. The 2024 Falmouth Mile is underway. And this track is all but ringed all the way around. And a nice crowd tonight. Yeah, so Judy Jones, Kansas native. She ran 4:41 at the Dempsey at the University of Washington in 2023. She was ran the Olympic trials in the steeple. Ran 3rd at the Portland Track Festival, 1,500 meters earlier this year in June.
Looks like Danny's right there, right up behind that pacer.
The pace, actually, Judy's doing a great job because it's at perfect distance in front. You want a couple of steps to draw them out. You don't want to be too far, and you don't want to be too close.
It looks like they're stretched out already. It looks like the pace is pretty hot.
Yeah, the minute you get that long string right away means that there's no fooling around.
Oh, Gabby and
Danny Jones, yeah.
Teammates.
Gabby, Danny, Helen.
They're all right there, looking very, very good. Let's see what that first quarter, running 64, 60, 65?
65, yep.
So 65, right on the money, looking for a 2:10, 800.
Yeah, 65 for 4:09 probably, right?
Yep.
That's quick.
Pretty solid.
Excellent job by Judy Jones. As the rabbit, Danny Jones, right there in second place. Once again, she was second in the race last year in 4:24.17. 4-time NCAA champ out of Colorado. Ran the second fastest time ever here on the James T. Kalperis track in the Falmouth Track Festival at that 4:24.
Looks like they're chomping at the bit to maybe try to get by our pacer.
That's not the worst thing in the world because the pace will get you out, but if you really want those standards, you need a hero on that third lap.
No,
to take the field through.
that's what it is. We've seen both that in the wheelchair races and the boys' mile. The third lap was definitive, and a big move was made. So, so here we go. Ewoy now in 4th place. So a 65 opener, 2:12, a little bit slower than wanted. So Jennings in 2nd, Jones in 3rd, Dorcas Ewoy in 4th, Schlachtenhofen in 5th, DeGennaro in 6th. So a 65 opener, a 67 second.
That looks like a pretty significant move by Gabby.
Yeah, how about that?
Gabby Jennings now with 600 left. Jones and Ewoy. Again, Ewoy with a 4:19 very recently off a 1:58. So a couple of PBs recently is going to make it. They got to get. It seems to me they got to get away from her.
Yeah, Ewoy looks pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah, because she just sat
Yeah.
at the Sir Walter Myler.
And she's
She
doing
didn't.
that here.
She just sat and then exploded.
Let's give it up for him, folks.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, these girls are moving. A big last lap, and they might be sniffing 420.
So Jennings, Jones, Ewoy. The
Gabby
three
looks
with
real
one
strong
to
up
go.
front.
They actually all look strong right now.
Jennings, Jones, Ewoy. 65, 67, and then a 3:18. That's a 66. So Gabby Jennings, Danny Jones, Dorcas Ewoy with one to go.
Right.
Now Jones goes to the front with about 300
I
left.
think Danny knows she's got to get away from Ewoy.
Ewoy, you can see her ramping up that speed. 200 to go. Danny Jones second last year from Boulder. Team Boss in the lead.
Race here.
Ewoy now into second on the outside, challenging Jones for the lead.
And Jennings is not giving up.
Jennings is hanging tough. 3 women are coming down this stretch for the fight. Ewoy on the outside in the orange. Jones in the yellow on the inside. Jennings just behind. Ewoy now to the front. Dorcas Ewoy out of Kenya. Holding off on Danny Jones. And like Dorcas Ewoy takes the Falmouth title in a great race.
Wow.
4:22, just missing the standard. Danny Jones a 4:23. 1. Gabe Jennings 4:23 as well. All 4:22, 4:23, 4:23. So that takes down the course record. Great race. Now Ewoy played it just like she did down in Raleigh. Just a savvy racer. Jones did her best to try to get away from her. Jennings pushed that third lap. So a great 3-women race here at the Falmouth Mile.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to be paying out some funds for this race.
4:23.
We got some
What is that,
4
9?
under the time bonus. We got our meet record.
4:22.9, 4:23.1, 4:23.5. Second year in a row.
We'll wait to see the official time here.
Second place for Danny Jones.
For the championship record, obviously well under the bonus time, and he led 2 or 3 other women underneath that bonus time. Do you have the breath to tell us a little bit? How do you feel?
Wait. She said wait. Hey,
Mark,
go
did
run a
you ever-
422 and see how
bit.
much energy you have.
Did you ever have someone put a microphone in your face immediately after a race?
Yeah, but you know,
If I won the race, I'd be bouncing around like a crazy man, like Craig Ingalls. You good? Oh, I got the thumbs up. All right, talk to us about that race and your strategy.
I just came here to compete. And
I got to stay for the show because I got to
I don't
talk.
have the speed, top end speed.
I'll
So I
talk
was
to you
just
tomorrow.
ready to make my move. The last 150, and I got it.
158, and she says she doesn't have the speed. I found that amazing. But was your plan all along just to kind of sit back and wait till about 200 meters to go?
I'm not so good at taking the pace. So, and I knew these ladies, they're super fast. So I was just going to chill there, stay right there with them. I mean, it's not easy.
4:29.
With my speed at the end, I mean, they're speedy. I was like, yeah, we're going to go head to head. and whoever gonna win, it's yours.
Talk about the weather conditions out here. It seemed like they were pretty ideal.
Yeah, Campbell grad. 23.
He feels good. She feels tired because she ran fast. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion here, Dorcas Ewoy. Falmouth Elite Mile, presented by ASICS. Let's give it up.
World Marathon Majors champion. At age 44, she was second at the Beach to Beacon 10K a couple of weeks ago. That was just extraordinary. A wonderful woman.
Campbell's had some really, really phenomenal athletes come out of that program.
Kyoko is
yeah.
from Campbell.
Ideal racing conditions out there for them to as well chase that
Well, next up,
record-setting time.
the men. So that was a very fast race. Once again, the pacer, Judy Jones, did an excellent job. And then it turns into a race in a 4:22 meet record. Dorcas Ewoy.
Breaks the championship record. Wow, that was a good payday for that young lady. Bonus,
Absolutely.
bonus.
And a
Yep.
second runner-up finish for Danny Jones.
Danny Jones second 2 years in a row. And both times the second fastest time ever at the Falmouth
right.
Mile.
That's right.
It was 4:24 last year, now 4:23 this year.
That's right.
So we're rooting for Danny Jones next year.
A men's record 3:52.
I was fortunate enough. I was out in Colorado spending some time with Ben and went out to some workouts and got to watch Danny. Danny was training out there on the boulder track with the team boss, and she was training partners with Corey McGee.
Yep.
So I got to see some of her workouts. It was pretty interesting.
In a big men's field here.
Amon Kemboy is also a Campbell grad who's in this field, running really well for that team out in Puma out in North Carolina.
And that other payday prize is to go sub 3:54.
I just feel staggered from that 4:22 mile. Holy cow.
Yeah, so I was talking to
23 mile.
Craig Engels a little bit earlier, and his pick is Henry Wynn. He
Oh,
says-
I'm going to have to fight him on that one.
Yeah.
Henry Wynn's in great shape, but I got to pick my guy, Morgan Beetlescombe.
Really? All right, there you go. Ann Arbor boy.
Yeah.
But a Michigan State grad.
Yeah.
So there's a slight difference.
That's about
It's
the
a
only.
little odd for him to be in Michigan, in Ann Arbor.
I
Totally.
was talking to Festus Legat earlier, and he seemed pretty confident too.
Festus is in great shape.
Yeah,
he ran a
he,
3:33 earlier this year, I think.
Yep, and I think he just
Derek
won Sir
Johnson,
Walter.
bib
didn't
number
he?
1.
3:59:45 out
Luciano
Oh, he was
Fiore,
runner-up
Bayshore,
at
New
Sir
York.
Walter.
Siena College grad, hip number 2.
Austin Dahlquist.
Hip number 4, Austin Dahlquist, Keller, Texas native, University of Arkansas grad. He was 10th in the race last year in 3:56.8.
A 3:55 mile time. He placed 8th at the 2024 Olympic trials.
Hip number 5, Abe Alvarado, Flagstaff.
1:44.
BYU, Mission Run, Dark Sky, 3:55 man. Jack Anstey out of Australia, 8th in the 2023 Falmouth Mile, 3:55.76.
Jack's a great racer.
5th in 2022 as well, so he has a good experience on this track. There's your man, Casey Nevillebart, Flagstaff, Under Armour, Dark Sky Distance, South Utah University grad, then Florida State, 3:57.57 into Westchester, PA, 22 is PR. Pan Am Games champion, 800 meters in Santiago, Chile last year.
You never want to see Paul Ryan with 50 meters to go.
Paul Ryan, the 2022 Falmouth Mile champion, Gold Coast Track Club, representing Adidas out of San Diego.
He was a runner-up at the Sir Walter Miler.
Festus Legat is someone else to watch. Eldoret, Kenya, Iowa State grad, representing Under Armour. Second at the Sir Walter Miler. First at the George Mason 800 144 man.
Festus seems like he's really starting to lean into the 1500 mile this summer.
Right. Of course, Morgan won the Manchester Road Race back in November on Thanksgiving Day, and then proposed.
Yeah.
The same day.
He has a really good 3K under his belt just a couple weeks ago in London.
Amon Kemboy from Kenya, hip 11, Puma Elite. Another Campbell at the University of Arkansas, All-American. A 3:55 personal best from Fayetteville back in 2023. He was 11th at the August 2nd Sir Walter Miler. Henry Wynn, this is Craig Engels, man. Second at the Falmouth Mile last year in 3:53.7. A Seattle man, University of Virginia grad. He was 2016 NCAA Indoor Mile champion. 3:51.26, Henry Wynn. And our pacer, Nick Rendazzo, 14. Jonah Hoey, younger brother of Josh.
Oh, he must have been a late addition.
A late entrant.
Okay, nice. I heard he might be running, so it's good to see them both in here.
So once again, 154. Very swift 800-meter goal for the pacer, Nick Rendazzo. Once again, just like the women, it's 349 is the new world championship 1,500-meter standard, or mile standard.
Not very many of you, I guarantee you. This is going to be spectacular, folks.
So Ben, is Morgan sporting the speed suit out there?
Looks like it.
What do
Looks
you
like
think of
it. I might have to see if I can see Lexi in the crowd with a little bit of an eye roll. I don't know how much she loves the speed suit, but he looks good in it. I think it's a good look. I feel like whenever Morgan wants to rib something lower distance, he busts out the speed suit.
Okay.
Something I have not yet had the confidence to do myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So I applaud him.
3,000s and 5,000s as of late. So the mile, this will be interesting to see how he comports himself in the shorter distance.
Totally. He's got great speed. A lot of people might recognize Morgan when Cole Hawker and Cooper Tier ran that 350 mile.
And here we go.
Back in college, he ran 352.
Men's Falmouth Mile. Nick Rendazzo out of Flagstaff, Ventura, California native, University of California, Santa Barbara grad. Got a PR just over 4 minutes. They're looking for a 1:54.800. Very fast Judy Jones on the women's pace, and an excellent job. And I think we're seeing the same thing here on the men's side.
They weren't making it easy for the pace to get to the front. I think it's hot.
I noticed that.
The other guy to watch for is obviously Josh Hoey out of Adidas out of Philadelphia. Changed coaches now with Justin Rinaldi. He's just been killing it as of late. I mean, 143 the 800 meters now.
He looked great at the trials.
Second to the Cork City 800 the 9th of July. Yeah. Yeah, they are running. So here's the 400.
We got the usual suspects up front there.
So
59.
Nick, Abe Alvarado, Derek Johnson, Amon Kemboy, Festus Longot, Henry Wynn, Jack Anstey, and Beatlescombe, Josh Hoey in 9th, Paul Ryan in 10th. But once again, they're all lined up, but they're all still in it as well. They've settled in. There's no reason to do anything at this pace. Just sit in, let those meters disappear.
Yeah, it's strung out again. So it looks like the field is spread out. I mean, 59 seconds through 4:09 is a great start. And I'm trying to look at Henry there. He looks like middle of the pack. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts working up over this next lap.
So a 59 opening 400 by Rendazzo, our pacer. Alvarado in the blue in second. Johnson in third. Here we go.
157 with 2 laps to go.
157, so that was a 58 and a 59. 157. Alvarado, Johnson, Kemboy, Lagat, Beatlescombe, Anstey, Josh Hoey, Henry Wynn. That's the top 9. Paul Ryan in 10th. And it's a long, long string.
155, second half.
So 600 remain.
It's going to be a good final lap.
A lot of guys there, so a couple big moves in that last lap.
Sometimes we see people go with 500 to go to try to kind of get a jump on the field, and other guys like the traditional 400. It can play out in so many different ways, but at this speed, we'll see who has the ability to change gears at the crucial time. So Alvarado in the lead.
Morgan kind of trapped in there, Ben. What do you think?
Still
right
so
now
many
he is.
people involved.
If he finds a spot for it to open up.
257. Josh Hoey now into second. Johnson, Kemboy, Lagat, Beatlescombe, Wynn. 300 remain. Alvarado's been right in that catbird seat in second place and now to the front. 200 meters left in the Falmouth Elite Men's Mile. It looks like Amon Kemboy coming up on the outside with 120 meters left to go. Man,
Henry Wynn looks good right now.
This is all wide open. Who's got the speed down the last 100 meters? But we
Look
got
at
3 men together. Oh, and
Oh, a good fall there.
boy, that was just a trip at the last second.
Is that Ryan?
Legat
that was Hoey.
and
Oh,
Wynn.
Hoey.
That was 3:53. 3:53.03, just missing the event record. Henry Wynn in second. 3:53.6. Kemboy in third. Anstey in fourth. Ryan in fifth. Beatlescombe in sixth. Then Johnson and Alvarado. Neville Bard. But it was that Josh Huey, I think, that fell. I mean, Josh was right in it. We expected him to be right in there. But he just, I don't know if he got tripped or just foot stubbed.
He fell, got up, and still ran 3:59.
Right? Yeah, it looked like they were running out of space with Festus and Henry coming in on the inside. And I don't know if there was any sort of contact or if your legs got tripped up. Nothing looked intentional, but you never like to see someone go down.
No. A great race.
Josh was due. It looked like Josh was due for a big PB there. Probably would have been running 3:53 or 3:54. So he's clearly in phenomenal shape.
So Festus.
Yeah, his PR is 3:56. So he was gonna beat that by a couple seconds.
Legat just missed his PB. It was 3:52.6. Second at the Sir Walter Myler.
Henry says, "Watch the video." He thinks he might have got it.
So
Yeah,
Henry,
so the
Henry
computer
thinks
says it's Festus, but Henry's got his arms on, like, check the photo.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Do we have photo finish here? I'm not sure.
Well, we have right now. It looks like 0.09 seconds between
It
1
was
and
like
2.
3:53.03 to 3:53.012.
Henry's still thinking he got it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was close, but from the eye, it looked like Festus on the inside had it. Now, we're not right on the line, so it's a little bit difficult, but you couldn't ask for a better race. Henry's still pumped up.
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen besides Henry Wynn taking the dub tonight.
Oh, so I don't know. Craig is giving Henry the dub. I don't know.
Well, we'll see how good the timers are, because the timers have got it Festus Legat
Yep.
by a sniffle.
Right, before we read our final results, that drone show coming up, the lights will dim before that starts. And Mark has the pleasure of reading off our official results from the photo finish.
I tell you what, you would have thought it was a mystery, but my man Craig Engels called it the finish line. Your champion here, Henry Wynn.
Henry wins it.
Wow, he did get it.
So they turned it.
Wow.
That's your victory right there, your victory flag.
Henry knew.
Tell us a little bit about that race here. Obviously, that was a big pack coming down the finish line.
Now they've changed it to 3:53.012. Legat 3:53.82.
Yep.
So Henry knew what he was. Henry, you get a feeling, don't you? Yeah, you kind of tell. When you're in it, you sense whether you won it, even in a close race.
Yeah, I think so. I think you usually tell. And Henry looked like he thought he had it. This keeps updating. It looks like 0.06, so that separation was even less than we thought originally.
3:53.76 to 82.
Yeah, that's close.
Is this your final race for technically the track season, or what else do you got coming up?
We got a few more. I'm going to head over to Europe for a couple races, and then hopefully finish off at Fifth Ave with the Road Mile. So yeah, some more fun stuff happening.
What are your plans like? When do you take a little bit of a break, shut it down, start to build the mileage back up, get ready for next summer's championships?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to try to go on vacation, relax a little bit, and then get ready for indoor world champs next year, and then outdoor world champs as well. Hopefully make those teams.
All right, let's give it up.
Go to Henry Wynn.
Henry Wynn.
Just off the meet record. 3:53.76 to Festus Legat 3:53.82.
So we got a couple time bonuses right there, but no record tonight in the men's mile.
But a great race.
And again,
so Ben, of Fifth Avenue Mile, has it ever piqued your interest?
I tried to run it once in 2018, but my mile PR was 4:08. so I was not accepted. I did run 3:57 that summer.
You did?
I think my only sub 4-minute mile, but it was a little too late. Entries were full, and I haven't put in a request since.
Okay.
Would be nice, but I don't know. We might be running out of time.
Now, this is great, but I would love, I mean, it's from a logistics standpoint, it's tough, but I would love to see a road mile on Main Street.
We have talked about it.
It just ties so many things up.
We have talked about it, about moving this event to Main Street. And we're trying to build this event right now, and hopefully the drone show brings out a few more people and creates some more excitement out here. But yeah, can you imagine that on Falmouth Main Street? Yeah, right? Right.
Did you
we could actually get a table and put lobster rolls out at the finish, and they can race for the lobster rolls.
Did you hear that Morgan didn't know the race was on the track?
He thought it was a road mile. He didn't even bring his spikes, I heard.
Morgan had to make a last-minute expedited shipment to get his spikes in time for the track race.
Yes, raise your hand if you're running on Sunday. Hands up. All right, amazing. For those that did not know, A6 is actually the Latin acronym for Anima Sana and Corpus Sana, which means a sound mind and a sound body. So when you guys are out there on Sunday in the heat, by Surf Drive Beach, mile 4, mile 5, when you get to the hills at the heights and you're kind of feeling that pain, I want you to really think about that mental state, that sound mind, that sound body connection. So thank you guys all so much, and we can't wait to see you on Sunday. Good luck.
Thank you, Colleen. Another huge thank you. We are so grateful to Team A6 for the experience and the support of all of our participants.
Yeah, thanks.
Great race on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
We're looking for the leap over the tape.
I hope that's what I'm hoping for too. If I'm the first one there, I'll be jumping you for sure.
All right, well, best of luck.
See you later.
Thanks for coming.
All right.
Ben Flanagan. Well, he certainly ticked off one of the boxes. He was very disappointed not making the 2021 Olympic team, and then he finally got the job done here for Paris.
Yep, quite exciting this year. Made up for that disappointment in 21. We're good?
As we get set for our women's awards, giving out our women's award will be the CEO of A6 Digital Apps, Alex Vanderhoven. And we are going to celebrate our Falmouth Elite Mile Female Podium. In third place with a time of 4:23.99, Gabby Jennings.
Women's race, the third lap, ends up in third position.
Your second place finisher today in a time of 4:23.37, Danny Jones.
Danny Jones takes second place in the second fastest time ever.
For the second year in a row.
And your Falmouth Elite Mile champion, representing Kenya in a time of 4:23.11, Dorcas Ewoy in a record-setting time of 4:23.11. Ladies and gentlemen, your Falmouth Elite Mile top 3 females.
Great night for racing. The temperature really was good. The breeze is down just enough to cool these runners off where they can just fire on all cylinders.
It's almost a bit chilly.
And none of the heat can come back on them.
Yep.
That's all you can ask. Because as we well know, after
What a fantastic night of racing, a record-setting night of racing.
This
and
is
again,
beautiful.
a huge thank you to Colleen.
Yep.
And also, again, to hand out our awards for the men, which Mark will do, will be our CEO of A6 Digital Apps, Alex Vanderhoven.
Alex is my man. Can't wait to hang out with you all this weekend, brother. Hey, let's give it up for these men. Top 3 here in the men's Falmouth Mile, presented by A6. Let's give it up first for third place. Out of Kenya with a time of 3:54.23, Eamon Kimboy. And in second place with a time of 3:53.82, going underneath that time bonus of 3:54, also from Kenya. Give it up for Festus Lagat. And your Falmouth Elite Mile, presented by ASICS champion, running 3:53.76, also close to the record, representing Seattle, Washington. Give it up for Henry Wynn. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Wynn wins. I bet you never heard that one before. Ladies and gentlemen, your top three here in the Falmouth Elite Mile men's race, presented by ASICS.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tony. I feel honored to be with you, and, I hope I just didn't get in your way.